Since NBA started, we've seen some of history's greatest athletes compete. Different playstyles span several eras: defensive dominance, three-point snipers, crafty slashers, and godlike athletes. It's hard to determine who the best player of all time is due to varying skills, playstyles, athleticism, skill, and coaching. To determine who was the greatest, we must consider stats, accolades, the era, and each player's strengths and weaknesses. So stick around till the end as we are going to discuss some of the standout performers in NBA history. Guess who is at number 10 on this list? When it comes to ranking the top 10 players of all time, one name can't be ignored at all, and that is Kobe Bean Bryant. Kobe was the closest thing we've ever seen to Michael. Kobe had the rings, postseason success, statistics, and overall skill that passes the eye test. He was a winner and a global phenomenon who is an exciting clutch and dominant on defense and offense. Kobe Bryant's career highlights included a legendary 81-point performance and numerous game-winning baskets that have become iconic moments in NBA history. However, Kobe's 5 NBA championships were perhaps his greatest achievement. When compared to another Lakers legend, Magic Johnson, Kobe's 5 rings in 7 appearances outnumber Magic's 5 in 9. Kobe Bryant had more rings than LeBron James and Larry Bird combined. Despite the fact that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had 6 rings, he won 5 with the Magic, a team that included Finals MVP James Worthy. World famous for his classy playing style at number 9 of the day is Tim Duncan. Duncan, who made the All-NBA first team as a rookie and the third team 17 years later, was one of the few players to combine two-way excellence, consistency, and longevity. Tim Duncan left the NBA as a starter for the San Antonio Spurs with a selfless team-first commitment to winning and dislike for the spotlight. Duncan grew as a player and a person over the course of a remarkable career that spanned nearly 2 decades. But his core values remained constant as he evolved into one of the best power forwards in NBA history. Duncan is the only player in NBA history to have such a stranglehold on his position, and his positional dominance benefits him greatly as the greatest of all time. He was a dominant rim protector and an automatic double team in the post at his peak, shredding defenses silently with his footwork, touch, and pinpoint passing. To your shock, number 8 goes to none other than the Bird. Bird was a player that few had ever seen before. His passing and court vision were exceptional for a 6'9" player. He was also one of the league's first elite three-point shooters. Bird ranks 36 in the NBA history with 21,791 points in just under 900 regular season games. However, his career average of 24.3 points ranks 18th, indicating that if Bird had been fully healthy, his total could have climbed even higher. Bird has a strong case for being the greatest player in history. His 6'9" height and high release allowed him to get his shot off against anyone. He was a member of the ultra-exclusive 50-40-90 shooting club. He was a back-of-the-head passer who improved everyone around him. He was a ruthless competitor who could be stopped only by his bad back. His career wasn't as long as most of the others on this list, but his prime and peak were among the best we've ever seen. If you don't know number 7, you are not a true NBA enthusiast. Yeah, it's Shaquille O'Neal. Big Shaq may have retired from the NBA, but his presence is felt all over the world. If you use Icy Hot to treat your back pain, you might be able to relate to him. An Olympic medalist who has a gold bond, and don't forget about his weekly Inside the NBA debates with Charles Barkley on TNT. O'Neal is a 4-time NBA champion, a league scoring champion twice, 4-team all-time All-Star, and 3-time All-Star MVP. O'Neal was named to 14 NBA All-Star teams, 8 of which were first-team selections. He finished his career 8th in the league history with 28,596 points. Number 6 is going to be more interesting. He deserves this number due to his amazing statistics in NBA. Meet Wilt Chamberlain. Everything we said about Shaq can be said about Wilt too. In a single game, the Big Dipper scored 100 points. His season-long scoring average was over 50 points per game. When he played 14 seasons, he averaged 18.2 rebounds per game with a high of 27.2. Chamberlain is the NBA's undisputed king of statistics, and it's unlikely he'll ever be unseated. It's possible to argue about the level of competition during Chamberlain's era, but he was basically the Babe Ruth of basketball. Human scoring machines like Chamberlain's were not uncommon in the 20th century. He once scored at least 30 points in 65 straight games in a row, roughly 4/5 of an NBA season. 32 times he had at least 60 points in a game. Only 29 times has the rest of the NBA done it. 5 times, including once in the playoffs, Michael Jordan achieved this feat. At least 6 of Chamberlain's games saw him score 70 points or more. Placed at number 5 in our today's list of top players, how can we forget Magic Johnson? When there is talk about the NBA greats, we can't ignore this man because he really brought Magic to the NBA. In an era of positionless basketball, calling Magic the best point guard ever is no longer enough. He's simply one of the top 5 players of all time. Johnson, a rookie playing center in place of an injured Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, put up 42 points. 15 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals in one of the 5 most legendary performances in NBA history, to help the Lakers win the 1980 championship. He reached the NBA Finals 9 times in his first 12 seasons, winning 5 of them. Magic is one of the only 5 players in league history to reach 10,000 career assists, and he is arguably the best passer of all time. We've almost certainly never seen another player like Magic because of his size, full court speed, ball skills, and stylistic flair. I know you were waiting for that name on this list, so here it is. Meet Russel. You know you've earned your spot in the top 4 when you have more championship rings than fingers. Russel was the consummate winner and teammate, sacrificing individual accolades for the Celtics' unprecedented 11 championships in 13 seasons. If the league had kept track of blocked shots, he would have led the league many times. Experts estimate he averaged between 6 and 8 blocks per game during his career. He beat Wilt and West in head-to-head battles numerous times, and he even coached for his final 3 seasons and still won 2 championships. Russel is synonymous with winning, making him one of the greatest NBA players of all time. Number 3 is one of the iconic players in the history of the NBA. Due to his amazing skyhook shot, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the name. One of the greatest basketball players of all time, and there should be no argument about it. He possessed a skyhook that was nearly as effective as he was unstoppable. Abdul-Jabbar is the leading scorer in NBA history. He was named MVP 6 times in a 10-year span and finished top 5 in the voting 9 other times. His 2 final MVPs came 14 years apart, which speaks to his incredible longevity as an elite player. Kareem averaged 28 points per game as a rookie in 1969 to 1970, and 17 seasons later, he was still averaging 23.4 on an elite team. As someone who has LeBron James as number 1 on their best NBA players list, this is an easy one to write. When you think of LeBron James, you think of greatness. From the first dribble he took in an NBA game up until now, he's done nothing but live up to the massive hype that was placed on his shoulders. LeBron not only matched the hype, but he exceeded it. And let's be honest, you're being naive if you don't think he has a chance to make the number 1 spot on this list when his career is over. The Michael Jordan versus LeBron James debate will never cease, but the fact that LeBron has already made it to this level is pretty damn amazing. Let's not forget, LeBron is only 1,326 points away from passing Kareem to become the number 1 scorer in NBA history. The irony of it is that most of his career, LeBron has not been recognized for his scoring ability despite his numbers. LeBron's book isn't finished yet, and he could add a few more titles along the way, but let's not also ignore everything he's done over his career off the court. From opening a school in his hometown to building his own media empire, LeBron has consistently done everything we've expected of him, and then some. A true GOAT. How much of an explanation do you need here? Of course, Michael Jordan is number 1. This man won 3 in a row, left to play baseball, then came back to win 3 in a row again. And then he came back one more time and was one of the oldest players to average 20 PPG and to score 40 plus in a game. The GOAT, no question. He won a Defensive Player of the Year award in 1988 along with his 5 MVPs, 6 final MVPs, and was named to the NBA's 75th anniversary team. He played at the highest level on both sides of the floor, and like Bill Russell before him, knew exactly what he had to do to help his team win day in and day out. Jordan never took a game off. He was a maniac for better or worse. No guard has ever dominated the league like he did, which helps his case when you see him on the top of everyone's list. There will never be another Michael Jordan. The winning, the endorsements, the shoes, the legacy. He did it all and made sure you knew about it along the way, all with a smile on his face and a cigar about to be lit. That's it for today. If you disagree with our list, let us know in the comments down below. How would your list of the top 10 NBA players of all time look like? And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to check out our other recommended videos before leaving.